If you can't stand the heat, then get out of the kitchen. That's what comes to mind when I think about your sign, Sagittarius, especially for this month. If that applies to you, then take heed. But if it applies to anybody else, they better get ready. Seems that there are a lot of bumping heads, to say the least. And you know what they say about fire. If you mess with fire, you will get burned. So, this month especially, during this Mercury retrograde, it will be all about tapping into your source of fire. Could even be a very symbolic use of fire in regards to burning bridges. Definitely burning bridges. Could be a clash of the egos that lead to this burning of bridges. A lot of angry communication. It's very swift. I'm sure you guys have already dealt with this angry communication. It may be coming from you or coming at you. But there's a lot of ego-based energies that lead to this sort of energy. Very interesting what we have coming up so far. There seems to be a lot that's taking place that you can't seem to get off of your mind. There are a lot of people being kept in the dark, and it could be you included. For some of you, it could be that others are feeling left in the dark, and their ego takes over, and instead of them being honest about how they feel, they end up lashing out. I see some air energy and some water energy coming up immediately. That's the first thing that I notice. And now we even have some earth energy with the Hermit. So some of you are dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, or Virgo here. You're keeping to yourself. You're being a lot more cautious, a lot more discreet, especially when it comes to matters of the heart and when it comes to your interactions with those around you. Beware of allowing pessimism to get in the way of a good thing. But discretion will definitely work in your favor. Moving in silence. Keeping to yourself. Because what you've dealt with in the recent past is a lot of anger and resentment. You weren't having it. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen, right? Obviously, somebody can't handle it. And they lost their temper. Someone is very insecure here. Very insecure. This represents a lack of success and egomaniacal behavior. So definite clash of the egos. You guys are ready to move forward though. But you're having a hard time doing so because of all of these things that are still lingering on your mind. All of the betrayal that you've dealt with throughout your life. Mercury retrograde is making you go back and reevaluate all of the things that have occurred. All the backstabbing, all the lies, all the pain, all the tears. Everything that has now come to pass. But the confusion that stems from all of this, there could be a Pisces individual where you're just confused as to this person's, intentions. You're confused as to, what their end goal is. If they're just another one of those people that will just end up stabbing you in the back anyway. Some of you guys are just immersed in confusion here. There's somebody here that's immersed in confusion. I see a lot of aggressive behavior. Some of you are dealing with the Leo as well. There are a lot of major arcana coming up. So far, we have 4. There is a major event coming to fruition for you. With this alone, this represents someone who is very prideful. There's someone here that's very presumptuous, arrogant, dishonest. Very egomaniacal, just ego-based all the way around. And somebody is just done. They've had it. Knave of Wands reversed. Could be a fellow fire sign. Leo specifically for some of you. That is just extremely immature. Again, more references to insecurity where it just gets in the way of a good thing. This person is very lusty, very flighty. If they can get whatever they can out of you, maybe get an ego stroke, they'll give you the time of day. But if you're not stroking their ego, they're not even going to acknowledge you. Some of you could be dealing with this within a relationship. Someone is wanting commitment. I also feel as though money is coming in. Money could be coming in for those of you. Could be inheritances, settlements. Could be divorce where someone is winning alimony. Yet, there's still a lot of mental anguish attached to what's going on here. 5 of Swords reversed. You guys are ready to make the necessary changes. You're open to new things, new opportunities, but there's still a level of resentment that is producing a lot of fear of moving forward on your own and moving forward to something new or to someone new. But then we have the 7 of Swords where there's a lot of sneakiness, lying, cheating, stealing, illegal activity. And it seems to be multiple people here that stay true to this type of energy. Let's go ahead and clarify these. Knight of Swords. The Four of Wands reversed. Yeah, after everything has been said and done, tempers have flared. Now there's a breakdown in communication. Nobody's speaking to each other. There are things that have already been said where it's made it impossible to return, to reconcile, or to resolve anything. Some of you are dealing with a Gemini here, where they're more focused on getting an ego stroke by trying to sleep with you, but they're not really looking for a relationship because they're already involved in one for some of you. And somebody's making a decision here to let all of it go. Somebody's not being honest. Somebody's not being honest at all. There's a lack of harmony with those around you. You're just not feeling it. Six of Wands reversed. So we have the Eight of Wands and the Three of Wands reversed. The Eight of Wands is all about quick forward movement, quick communication. But it's a lot of frustration attached to this back and forth communication. There's some delays in regards to you guys getting any money that's owed to you. There are delays in you moving forward with creative pursuits. If you guys have travel plans, there could be some delays with that as well. I see some fiery energy here with the King of Wands. You guys may be communicating with a manager of a company here where there's a delay in progress. Some of you guys could be dealing with someone who is very charismatic. They're charming, you know. But there seems to be a lot of deception hidden in the darkness. The Chariot. We have the Tower. Yeah, so there's a lot of truth coming to light. It's going to be very explosive. There's going to be a lot of challenges, a lot of conflict, a lot of change that you're facing right now. And although it may seem to be too much, you will get through this. As long as you pull back, keep to yourself, move in silence, and move forward with your goals. You already see the truth, but don't let indecision delay your progress. The Moon reversed. Wow, so we have 3 cards flying on out. Now, I love this, Sagittarius. Money's going to be looking good. You will start to manifest abundance for yourself. You will manifest tangible things, tangible opportunities. Some of you guys could be expecting a child. Some of you guys could be dealing with a third party that's expecting a child. Hence where all these angry words are being thrown around. We even see Sagittarius in reverse and the Hermit reverse. So here we have Virgo and Sagittarius. This is somebody with the Hermit reverse. This is somebody that pulls back. They withdraw. They're very hesitant to make a move. They're very paranoid. Even with this Temperance reversed, tempers have definitely flared up, you know. There's a lot going on with that. There's somebody that doesn't focus on the long term. There could be a drinker involved where they just get worse the more they drink. It's just an overall lack of balance here. But somebody's being kept in the dark. I see somebody trapped in their minds. And Sagittarius, I definitely feel like that's you. You're trapped in your head about everything that has occurred. You thought that some people would be cool with you and that, hey, you know, I can keep them in my life. But then they turn around and do some shiesty shit, or they always, you know, come from a place of ego, and it leaves you feeling just like crap. You know, you guys, if you're focused on any losses, I guess I'm going to be saying this for every single reading. The L's that we take in life are not losses, they're lessons. It just depends on how you look at it. But these challenges, these conflicts, and these changes are necessary in order for you to flourish. Ten of Swords. So we have the King of Chalices reversed. So if you guys are dealing with a water sign here, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, this is somebody that appears to be in the upright. That's what the King of Chalices is in the reverse. He appears as he's in the upright, but he's not. This could be somebody that drinks a lot, lies a lot. They're very manipulative. They like to play with people's emotions. They like to play with people's minds. They have no love to give. And the betrayal of this person is staying on your mind, hardcore. But it's time to let it go. Queen of Chalices. There are those of you that are, you know, focused on your intuition, seeing through the BS. If you guys received a love offer, I feel like you guys will end up turning it down due to your intuition, due to you seeing what's going on with it. Some of you guys may decide to speak your truth about that. Some of you guys may decide to move in silence. Either way, however you choose to deal with it, do what's best for you, Sagittarius. Strength reversed. All right, Seven of Chalices reversed. Yep. You're turning down all of your choices because everybody has been lying. They've been wearing masks, and you can see through the mask. You're not impressed. The urgency to pull back and go within is very apparent within this reading, because external to you, there seems to be a lot of opposition. There are people that like to have the last word. There are people that like to just, you know, one up the other. They're not really engaging in a real way. They're just trying to, you know, appear as like the better person. You know, it's always due to their ego, because they need that to feed their ego. They have to put others down to feed their ego, or they have to, you know, view themselves as better, you know, to feed their ego and to alleviate some of those insecurities. But you guys are not wanting to reunite with people like this. You don't want to go back to this because people are not looking within. They can tell everybody else what's wrong with them, but, you know, tell them to look in the mirror and they don't have anything to say. So it's all about what you want to put up with. Knave of Wands reversed, but I certainly don't see that you guys will be putting up with this BS for too long. Ten of Chalices. So I definitely feel like somebody is wanting to offer their heart. They want a relationship. They want a commitment, but they're not commitment material. They're not. They're very flighty. They're pessimistic. They're immature. They have no sense of direction in their life. They don't know what they want to do. They just want to keep doing the same thing every day, never having to, you know, make any improvements, you know, never having to, you know, do any more work than they're used to. They just want to stay right where they are. Which has led to you pulling back and doing what you desire to do. You're going within to try and figure out what it is you need to do. You see the truth. You see the truth here. You're ready to move on, but the indecision is keeping you there because you're not really seeing why there is a lack of harmony and a lack of balance. You're not seeing why. But you're ready to break off this little agreement that you have. You're ready to just leave it behind. But you're indecisive as to whether you should finalize that decision. Maybe you haven't said anything yet. But you're seeing little things here and there that lead you to believe that that's in your best interest to leave it alone. Ten of Pentacles. This has been coming up in the majority of my readings. The Devil reversed. So here's some Capricorn energy. They are reclaiming their power. They're releasing themselves from all of this toxicity, releasing themselves from any karmic attachments. You guys will be dealing with a lot of completions and the changes that stem from that. Will incite a little bit of fear, but you have nothing to fear here. The only thing that you need to do is pull back and keep to yourself, because it's very apparent that there are a lot of other factors intruding on your space. Other people challenging you. And whoever can't take the heat here needs to get the hell out of the kitchen, because all of this here, a lack of emotional fulfillment, codependency issues, somebody may be drinking a lot, or they're just codependent in general. They need other people to feel fulfilled. They can't give it to them themselves. It's very vampiric. Five of Swords reversed. Ace of Swords reversed. Hey, you guys are ready to block communication. You know, you're tired of deceptive people throwing you for a loop and creating more confusion in your life. Maybe your fears are leading you to this state of confusion. If you're dealing with a situation where there's just too much resentment involved, it's time to really let it go, because things are not going to change. Things are not going to change. The only way to heal from a toxic situation like this, somebody that likes to play games with people and all that stuff, is just to leave them alone, because they're not going to change. That's what they do. That's what they're going to continue to do. People only change, you know, when it's good for them or when they're good and ready, if they ever are. So waiting around for somebody to do that will only keep you trapped in your head. You will only feel bound to all of these situations. But just know that you can change your mind. If you once wanted to move forward with somebody, but you continue to see the same sort of BS that made you leave in the first place, it's time to leave for good this time. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to pull back and keep to yourself. That's the only way you'll be able to maintain your sanity. But don't allow the changes and these challenges and conflicts incite fear within you. Let it strengthen you. Seven of Swords. So the Knave of Chalices. So this person that's offering love, it looks like a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Well, this person's not honest. They're not being real. They're very sneaky. They're very sneaky. And honestly, if you do get involved with somebody that's like that, somebody that appears as though they're a good guy, but they're really not, and you decide to get involved with them and commit, just beware that this person is very flighty. They're very immature, insecure, pessimistic. They don't have anything of substance to offer to sustain a genuine connection. They're vampiric. They're codependent. They need somebody else to feel alive. They need somebody else to feel something, if they even feel anything at all. Again, with the water sign, Knight of Chalices reversed. Deceptive. This person's trying to build something on a lie. They know that they don't have what it takes. They knew that from the beginning. That's where the lack of emotional fulfillment comes in. But you letting this go, Sagittarius, it will work in your favor. Now, this reading is not all bad. I don't want you guys to misinterpret that at all. This is mainly to let you know what you're dealing with. This reading is just a guideline. Before you get any deeper into any situation with these type of people, just know I see Pisces energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, and Aries. Everybody seems to be here. I don't really see a lot of Earth besides Capricorn, but that person seems to be reclaiming their power. It's very interesting the kind of energies that you guys are going through. You know, we have a lot of messages that want to come through to you. And there's a lot of energy that is coming at you. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. All right, let's go ahead and cut the deck here. Alrighty, so the bottom of the deck we have the Wise Woman of Wonderland, the Lady of the Mirror, Eyes of Beauty, and the Keeper of the Scales. We'll start with the Wise Woman of Wonderland. And this is as your ally. All of these are in the upright. The Wise Woman of Wonderland brings integrity to thought, word, and deed. She lets you know that as long as you're in the flow of honesty and being true to your word, she keeps you under her protection and care. When she appears as your ally, she signals a time when honesty pays off, yielding greater dividends than you expected. You'll be thankful that you remained faithful and loyal to your path. She reminds you that compromise isn't always an option. Stay true to yourself first and foremost. Although it may appear that you could lose something as a result, you can never lose what is truly yours. Okay? The next one we have is the Lady of the Mirror. Okay? Okay. The Lady of the Mirror is both ally and challenger, asking you to see yourself in the mirror made by the events in your life. She represents the powerful force of the law of attraction and reminds you that what you are is what you attract. This isn't to say that you need to blame yourself for inviting transgressions, or if you find yourself a victim of a big picture event, say a war. This is a distorted interpretation of this law. Certain events are fated to test our faith. Rather, find yourself within the web woven through your life, your relationships, opportunities, desires, seeming failures, and successes. Observe how you've responded to life's challenges, great and small, and be aware of what is familiar in the present. Release all judgment and accept things exactly as they are with love. The Lady of the Mirror asks that you honor every part of your story as essential to your highest unfolding. Can you see yourself as being exactly where you need to be on your path? Do you love what you see in the mirror? Can you perceive your part in your reactions and the motives behind your current inquiry? You will find your answer in a thorough and honest self-appraisal. And you know, I love that that card mentions an honest, thorough self-appraisal, because I mentioned a few times that going within and really looking at the bigger picture will help you to be able to kind of overcome all of these obstacles and challenges. So that's definitely fitting. Now the next one that we have is the Eyes of Beauty. When the Eyes of Beauty show up as your ally, they require you to examine your perceptions. Do you see the world as perfect and beautiful? Can you retrace your steps from your past to now and see the perfection in the way reality has been created? Truly, perception is everything. A glass half empty is the same as a glass half full, yet so different according to how it's perceived. The Eyes of Beauty reminds you that if you move forward with conviction, all is well now and always will be. You will see true prosperity as a result. Expect to see beauty, and you will attract your highest good. Okay? And the final one is the Keeper of Scales, which this is basically the Justice card. Everything will be balanced, and justice will be served. Now let's see what this has to say in its entirety. The law of harmony is enacted when the Keeper of the Scales comes to you as an ally. Align with her as the law states, making conscious choices that create balance in your life. When you do, you also magically align with the abundance of the universe and the powerful forces of synchronicity. This creates conditions and possibilities that lead to the fulfillment of your highest intentions. Harmony begins with the self and then resonates outward to others. You're in harmony with yourself when you nurture yourself with love, respect, and acceptance, always fully taking responsibility for your actions. Only then can you be in harmony with others. This is because love is the central force that connects all of life and aligns you with like-minded others. Another message is restoration and the positive, fair resolution in all disputes, including those involving the legal system or other important exchanges. The Keeper of the Scales is a just and kind ally, always making sure balance is activated on your path. So keep in mind, you guys, not all is doom and gloom. You know, justice will be served as long as you seek solace and solitude to really analyze what's happening here and why you allow these people to come into your life, or why these sort of energies even are relevant to your life. You know, then you can move forward with a greater understanding. That way you can prevent this from happening again, prevent yourself from attracting these type of energies. Okay? So there you go, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reading. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. And guys, don't forget to leave a like on this video. The zodiac sign with the most likes will be done first every single month. So definitely get in on that. And until next time, you guys, stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love.